Bonga is a town, woreda, and one of the multi-capital of the southwest Ethiopia People's Region in Ethiopia. Located in the Keffa Zone upon a hill in the upper Barta Valley, it has a latitude and longitude of 7 degrees 16 minutes north 36 degrees 14 minutes east with an elevation of 1,714 meters above sea level. Not confused with another town named Bonga, near Gambela Region. The neighboring area is known for hot springs, caves and waterfalls. There are 14th century ruins associated with the former Kingdom of Kaffa. As part of the extensive road-building program started before the Italian invasion, the Ethiopian Transport Company built a large steel bridge at Bonga. The all-weather road from Jimma south to Bonga was completed around 1962. The road to Mizan Teferi and Tepi was improved in 1966 by the Highway Authority. The Apostolic Prefecture of Jimma, Bonga is based in this town. According to the SNNPR's Bureau of Finance and Economic Development, as of 2003, Bonga's amenities include digital telephone access, postal service, 24-hour electrical service, a bank and a hospital. The high school draws students from a broad area. The city is a center for the buying of honey, coffee and cardamom. The first European recorded to have visited the capital of the former Kingdom of Kaffa was Antoine Thompson Diabate, who resided for 11 days in the marketplace reserved for Christian traders in 1843. The royal residence at Bonga was not as elegant as those in Gama, Gara, and Limuan area. Capuchin monks founded a mission there in 1845 and discovered some medieval churches which remained as evidence of the early infiltration of Christian influence before the invasion of the Oromo. When Paul Soleillet visited Bonga in the 1880s, he described its trade as primarily slaves, coffee, civet cat oil, coriander and ivory, the turnover amounting between $200,000 and $300,000 a year. Following the conquest of Kaffa by the generals of Menelik II in 1897, Bonga was deserted. Governor Ras Wolde Georgis made neighboring Andaraka his capital. Bonga was occupied December 13, 1936 by the Italians under General Malta, who died there the next year on May 30th. He and his successor Colonel Corrado were founded Bonga as a local administrative and commercial center for the production of coffee, hides, wax, maize, tea, etc. By 1938, there were about 3,000 inhabitants in the town, of whom about 200 were Italians, and it was equipped with a post office, telegraph, hospital, pharmacy, and spatchy. There were few remains of early constructions, but the new settlement was well built from brick and tufa, covered by clay tiles or corrugated iron. Generals Bortello and Tosti, commanders of the Italian forces south of the Didessa River, acknowledged their weak position and along with 2,850 troops on June 28, 1941 surrendered to Lieutenant Colonel McNabb of the King's African Rifles. Telephone service reached Bonga between 1954 and 1967. Around 1970, there lived in Bonga one Idb Godo who was the chief priest of a spirit possession cult. The high priesthood was hereditary to the family of the former high priests to the king of Kaffa. Bonga has a tropical monsoon climate, Köppen am, with a short dry season in December and January and a lengthy though not intense wet season covering the remainder of the year. Although afternoons are very warm to hot throughout the year, mornings are cool enough to be close to a subtropical highland climate. Based on the 2007 census conducted by the CSA, this town has a total population of 20,858, of whom 10,736 are men and 10,122 women. The majority of the inhabitants practiced Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity, with 72.53% of the population reporting that belief. 11.17% were Muslim, 9.85% were Protestants, and 6.18% were Catholics. The 1994 census reported it had a total population of 10,851, of whom 5,032 were men and 5,819 women. Bonga is also home to many Uduk refugees from South Sudan.